What's going on, my friends? We just got 10.69.2.3 and I've got a 3 waypoint trip here to test out its first drive and see how it does. So we're gonna zip around the North Park and South Park kind of area around the zoo and such. I'm actually trying to take us through the Dead Starfish intersection and down Uncle Home Boulevard up here a little bit to see if it still has an issue with that bus lane. Just got this update this morning, so I'm really excited to get this first drive out. And stick around, because at the end, you're gonna get a little bonus Friar's challenge on 6.9.2.3 since I need to go charge, so why not? This video is likely gonna come out the same day as the unguided adventure I just put up. That way I can have this video hitting the market first, or one of the first at least. So here's the Dead Starfish, and we've got a good lane line and a vehicle to follow. Oh, it's squirrely. It doesn't like this. But I got through it, which that's pretty good. Now we need to work on getting our way over. So let's see how .3 handles lane priority. It's really busy in the morning right now. It's just after 10 a.m. on Wednesday. It's definitely an impromptu video. I just kind of hopped in the car and said, hey, let's try to get to these points and see what happens. I'm really glad I got it as fast as I did. I thought at first that it might just be a little navigational update. However, when I saw that it was an actual full software release, well, it put a smile on my face. All right, we are not prioritizing our turn up here, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw it a bone if the edit button would stop jumping away from me. So we're gonna cancel that waypoint and let it try to figure out a reroute. Turn right now. We can't even kind of see the bus lane is a problem because these humans won't let us over into this right lane. Now the beta is slowing down to try to force its way over. Now I'm gonna give it throttle. It can't sit here at the intersection trying to get over. That's poor planning. So I'm gonna hit this button. It's gotta stop hitting the brakes right here. That's not good. Okay, now we have an opportunity. There it is. Come on, stop hitting the brakes so hard. Yeah, it wanted to turn right and nav there. See, it didn't just try to jump across though and make that happen and put people in danger, which is good. Now it's taking its chance to get over and actually get back on route. So that's really impressive. Hitting the brakes and slowing people down, you know, that's annoying. That's why I reported it. Because it shouldn't do that. If it can't make its turn safely and at a proper speed with traffic, it should just push to the next turn. It's probably a little bit more of an advanced problem-solving concern to figure out, you know, because that considers the system actually thinking about, probably can't make this turn, I should try to wait a turn or two. I don't know. Don't want to get too off track. But so far I don't feel anything too crazy different. It's going to take a lot more testing and a lot more observing the system to really notice if there is an improvement, perhaps in an area where I currently have an issue. Given that it's daytime, I'm curious to how this will handle the Friar's challenge. Now, since I got a new build, the .3 build, I am, after I do the Friar's challenge, I'm going to recalibrate my cameras to make sure everything's good. I don't really know how much that actually does, but whenever I get a new build, like an actual new build, I like to recalibrate just to kind of wipe the slate clean. Should wait for this officer. There we go, at least she took off. And we're waiting a little longer than I'd like. We're lingering way too long. I'm not giving it throttle, but man, we are crawling. So I'm gonna report that because that was painfully slow. That should not have been that slow. It has not been that slow in a long time. Cruising down here pretty well. We're not sitting too far in the middle of the lane, which is good, or in the middle of this residential area given the lack of lane lines. So I do like that. Looks like we're going to be coming up on some steep elevation change here though as we approach Georgia Street, because Florida Street should be right before that big hill. I know after seeing the AI Day 2 presentation on the FSD side that the system's getting better at actually projecting elevation change as it drives, so it shouldn't be as bad as it has been in previous builds dating back a few months. Nice smooth stop. Now hopefully we get on it now. See, that's quite a bit better than what we just went through. And now we're, yep, good acceleration up the hill. And we're going right into this left turn at the top of this hill. So this is interesting. It can't see over this hill, so it's slowing down a little bit. It's got good creep. Totally clear on all sides. I don't know how well it can see that. It's checking for visibility. See, now we're at a point where we need to commit and go, and it is a little rocky, but about the time I said it should, it started to, so props. All right, speed bump. Let's see, do we detect it? Yeah, there we go. So that is a substantial improvement. That was a very noticeable deceleration for that speed bump. Or maybe it was also for the Toyota. Further testing necessary now. All right, I'm gonna give it throttle to push around this car because it's just gonna sit here. And I'm gonna go ahead and report that too. Now, hopefully as we come to a stop, we get on it, go. Way too slow. I'm being a bit hypercritical there, and I realize that, you know, my standards are very high. I'm like an overbearing father for the FSD Beta. I know it can do better. So, this is a unique left turn. There's a lot of divisions here because the middle lane is designated specifically for buses. So it needs to be able to detect that it can't go around the first barrier or the second. And I do see the proper one highlighted. So we'll see how we handle this left. And upon that left turn completion and passing University, we'll go ahead and hit this last waypoint. Now we need to go. We need to like start creeping out here. I know we got other cars, but okay, I'm giving it throttle to push it through this because there we go. Now I'm off. Now it's all the car again. There we go. I'm gonna report that back too. Because it was just sitting at that light. It was not ready to move. I would be more prone to letting it try if we didn't have a lot of people. We had at least 2 or 3 cars behind us, and I'm not trying to inconvenience other drivers. There is a balance to be struck when being a tester to keep in mind other people. You know, we don't want to be an unnecessary inconvenience, sorry. When the chance presents itself, like you've seen in my other videos, if it just kind of like sits there and freaks out, if I got nobody around, I'm gonna let it try to figure it out. Okay, pushing forward. Now that we're crossing this intersection, I'm gonna go ahead and delete that waypoint, hit done, turn left there. Good deceleration. That felt very controlled. I'm noticing, and this was the case with dot 2 as well, there is a return of some finesse. Finesse that I haven't really felt since 10.11.2. Whoa, haven't had to take over. That was a little sketchy, but it was safe. It stayed ahead of that truck and waited. That was one of those moments where I was, I don't even know, a couple microseconds away from taking over, just in case. I've never really dropped waypoints around this area and then just let the car go, so this is kind of cool. Good way to get a first impressions video on this with a lot of residential, busy streets, elevation change, which you should see quite a bit as we kind of head toward Balboa Zoo and then cut back up heading toward North Park, which is where we'll end this first portion of the video. And then we'll jump into the Friar's Challenge to see how it handles it. You know, daytime, kind of overcast, the lighting isn't as bright as it would be. I've long time speculated that maybe when it's too bright out that it's a photon overload for the vision system, which is why maybe sometimes it seems to behave better in less lit, like nighttime city or overcast situations. I don't know how much, you know, the particles in the air are refracting light through the clouds. If we can't see that, the cameras might be able to. That's getting a little bit more into the science of the electromagnetic spectrum and such, which I'm a total nerd about. But I really wish I knew more about how the photons and different lighting hit the deep learning system and how it interprets them. If it maybe gets blinded by too much sunlight, or if there's like a threshold where it's perfect. So that's a very long-winded way of saying that this Friar's Challenge will happen before the cameras are recalibrated with decent lighting on the newest build. So hopefully we see, I want to see the hairpin go smoothly, just like it did in the night video. If you guys haven't seen that, it's at the tail end of my last La Jolla Scramble. I did a very early morning pitch black Friar's Challenge and it owned it. Are they making this into a roundabout? Oh boy, so we've got a vision first predicament here with construction. Oh man, I'm giving it about a 30% chance of success. Whoa, brakes, because we're not yielding to this guy. I know it's kind of a weird scenario. I can't even activate. There we go, I'm activating. Now this van should yield to us. Oh, it's on the brakes again. It does not like what's happening. Okay, reporting all of that. So, yeah, I mean, there was a stop there, and, you know, that's always been a four-way intersection. That's very new. Like, that roundabout just popped up. And I'm thinking that, you know, the vehicle was still reading that as a four-way stop and thought it had the right of way, when, in fact, as it's turning into a yield, I don't know, bit of a gray area there, but always good to be safe and take the extra step. Like, it was definitely going. There was no doubt about that. But that's a new and adapting situation. Once I was able to reactivate, it handled the roundabout just fine, which is cool, because I mean, for a while now, we've been on a vision first system. I think it was as of 10.10, maybe 10.11. That way, if the map and the visual data conflicted with one another, the car would trust what it sees over what an outdated map might say. Most of the time, it seems to be pretty good. So we're pretty much finishing up here. So closing thoughts, as if I haven't talked enough already. I like how it feels. I feel a return of finesse coming, and just an overall confidence that seems to be coming back. Still much too slow. Well, not that time. Okay, that was a really good stop sign departure. Typically too slow for my liking, especially when people are trying to go, get to work, whatever. It kind of messes this up sometimes. Let's see if it'll correct itself. Very nice. Well, come on, I'm trying to praise you. Don't do this. Getting shaky and stopping far too far back. What are you doing? Okay, waiting our turn and go. See, these departures are actually pretty good. So I want to see more of that. I want to see a snappier and committed decision that when it's clear to go from a stop sign, that you go unless there's an imminent threat, you know, random pedestrian or car runs a stop or something. But overall, I'm liking what I'm feeling on the execution. Not a world of difference from Dot 2 to my knowledge yet, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and zip forward to the Friar's Challenge, so I will see y'all there. All right. Now for the Friar's Challenge portion of the video. What better way to start than right behind a truck delivering some stuff with a little dip here. Right at the stop sign, too. I don't think that's really the best placement for that truck. All right, but we are clear. Cars just being cautious. Pedestrians, come on. All right, I'm giving it. Whoa, nope, that wouldn't have been good. It randomly wanted to bail left there. Okay. That's not happened. I don't know why. I know someone who would just love to clip that out of context. That is why beta testers do what we do. We are here to grab it, hit that report button. Come on. Come on. See, I'm trying, getting better. Okay. Now we're coming up to our right-left scenario. It's been a while since we've not had any cars like sitting here. Likely have plenty of impatient people. Come on, you need to get going. Okay, this car's turning. I'm giving it a little throttle to move it along. There we go. Ooh, and it took off. All right, we need to turn into this confidently. Confidently. We've lost our finesse there, unfortunately. This is feeling a lot more like the first run on 1069, except this corner is doing it a little better. Now a really busy 163. Let's see if we can maintain our record on this merge. Good acceleration, targeting to get over. Perfect, cool. Hey, at least that's still the same. That used to be the impossible feat. Now it's routine. I cannot remember the last time we actually failed on the 163 merge. Have to go back quite a few videos to get there. Now, highway code, not expecting really anything different with these exits coming up. It's still gonna likely be a flip of a coin. You know, we'll see. I think with the amount of vehicles we have in front of us, we're likely not to go too fast around Hotel Circle. Time will tell. What I really want to see is if there's any change to the hairpin and how much we flow through that or not, you know, pending traffic, as well as the left turn, the double left, where it usually gets over too late. Those are the last 2 points of critique that I'm really looking at, for today at least. All right, decelerating quite a bit. All right, we're flattening out here. What do we got? What do we got? Stay straight, please. Damn it. Re-engaging right away to hopefully not throw off Hotel Circle too much. Oh, screw it. I'll hit report out of good habits. I think that is now the most failed, most difficult portion of this test. Aside from coming through here too fast, but oh, we're correcting ourselves while turning. Woohoo! That was fun. Oh, that was good. I could tell, given our angle, sorry, my facial hair is tickling my nose. I could tell how we were angling in towards that white line, that we were coming in at a good angle. That's why I wasn't really too concerned. Usually when it's over speeding through there, you can feel the G-forces already pulling you out far too much. But that was good. That was a good correction mid-turn. Looks like we finally got all of our lane markings back around here too, so. Oh, we got a semi-truck in front of us. I don't know how well we'll really be able to gauge this hairpin. We're flipping back and forth a lot between city streets and highway. It's honestly the only thing I'm really excited about nowadays is going to version 11. As far as looking forward to future updates. All right, really clear, lane defined, no cars anywhere, so let's carry on through. No, why? Come on, come on. Still better than a lot of the daytime hairpin maneuvers, but maybe it was the bus. You know, large vehicles do tend to spook the system. We still have an issue of needing to correct maybe the map data there with reading the speed limit. Usually it's fine, but sometimes it'll detect the wrong speed. But then you can just tap the speed limit to correct that, which is nice. Getting over a little earlier. Not much, maybe like 5 meters earlier, but that did feel a little earlier. And now holding position, which is good. 1012 would love to hop into that empty lane. It's really not necessary. I'm also trying to be more aware of this hand sitting in front of this camera. Sorry, guys. I'm trying. So, not bad. You know, nothing that's going to impress me compared to .2 on the Friar's challenge. But also, you know, fresh patch. There's things to be said about data being wiped, memory being cleared, whatever. I am going to give the car a bath and calibrate the cameras and, you know, get myself as best position as possible to get accurate testing on this build. But still fun either way. I liked how we went through that Hotel Circle. Getting on to the 163 merge was uncomfortable, unfortunately. But the merge itself is still a good success, which is always awesome, considering how much of a challenge that was. I imagine the big and complete puzzle is going to be on the 8 East fork, where it continuously wants to go off to the right. Every now and then it actually stays straight. But that'll come in time. All right, here we are at the charger. So time to get this thing some food before I get back to work and more testing. But thank you all so much for tuning in, and appreciate all the continued feedback as the channel grows and we keep doing things. So I will catch you guys later. Take care.